My Clueless First Friend Volume 1 Review. My first friend is totally clueless. Tayo Takada has just transferred into the 5th grade in his new elementary school. He's outgoing and friendly, and can understand when his classmates keep picking up one girl in his class. Akini Nishimura, calling her the Grim Reaper and warning him he'll be cursed if he speaks to her. Takada is fascinated and thinks it would be cool to be cursed, and the two end up walking home together, hand in hand. Nishimura is overwhelmed. She's become used to being rejected and vilified by the others. She's not sure how to react to Takada's enthusiastic overtures of friendship, his positive attitude to her green reputation, and refuses to play the bullying game, whether it's on lunchtime or cleaning up after school. Begins to have an effect. The so-called barriers the other children claims to put up to protect themselves from Nishimura intrigue him. It's one of their games. It shells him resignedly, but he mentions that his last school only had 30 children on it, and everyone got in on, so there was no need for barriers, as they are pretty much friends, and they have said there's no need for a barrier between them as their friends, and Nishimura can help but blush. Slowly she begins to realize she really does have a real friend and an ally at all. At last, summer break is fast approaching, and the class teacher tells the children to make a summer break plan, filling in what they're going to do each day. So while the rest of the class talk about going to the pool, summer festivals and fireworks, Nishimura puts on visiting the family grave at Uban and going shopping with her father. When Takada shows her his schedule, every day is filled with activities, and he's the one who persuades her to align her schedule with his. If I'm with you, Nishimura, I'm sure we have tons of fun wherever we go. And because she's beginning to believe him, she's able to reply, I want to hang out with you too, Takada. As things work out, or don't, none of their plans align after all. But with the adoption of an abandoned black kitten, they call him Kuro, of course, and Nishimura's trip to see her grandma, Takada learns a sad truth that Nishimura hasn't mentioned until he accompanies her to her family grave. The trailer has spoiled this, if you've seen it, but it won't spoil it here. It's very effectively told in context with the mangaka, not even required to be the same again, for these two after this quiet revelation, can the friendship cover? This 2-in-1 omnibus edition of my Clueless First Friend from Square Enix manga has been published just a month before the anime TV series is due to start airing. I'm glad to hear this far in the manga first, because unless the latest trailer is not giving a fair impression of what's to come, the anime seems to favor a rather over emphatic shouty style of acting for young Takada, and everything is dialed up to 11. Also, Tako Kawamura's character design is on the simple side, concentrating on eyes and mouths, which is absolutely fine on the page but not as so fine if expanded to fit a screen. But you wait to see. What impresses me about the manga is a low-key but clever way the mangaka introduces Nishimura during Takada's eyes. We see a young girl who is being ostracized by her classmates, but he sees the fascinating individual with a cool nickname and a cool personality to match. He's impressed and smitten. She, unused to anyone showing her any kind of positive attention, doesn't know how to react. Then, when she slowly begins to trust him and dares to believe that summer break with Takada will be filled with fun activities, it's really touching. Kawamura's distinctive art errs on the cartoonish side when it comes to character designs which, at first glance, maybe gives a misleading impression to the reader. Kawamura doesn't employ the 4 common punchline a page style either. This is strong composed to borrow a musical analogy with an ongoing plotline. That's not to say there aren't amusing moments, but the underlying theme. A bully unhappy child who is putting her best face on so as not to worry her father. It's quite dark, which is why it's sometimes obvious but well-intentioned. Takada brings a ray of light into Nishimura's life. The bullying doesn't magically go away overnight. It's an uphill struggle where we're the teachers, for heaven's sake, but Takada has a very need for turning the bullies' unkind words around so that the unkindness loses its sting. The only slightly confusing aspect of the art is the use of thick black lines between panels so that everything looks as if it's a flashback. The translation for Square Enix manga is by the accident Angeli Oloye, Blue Period for Kodansha, and the lettering, which is effectively done, is by Vanessa Satone. Interestingly, Square Enix has chosen to put the manga into the smaller mass market format rather than their usual trade paperback, and I think it suits the mangaka's art well. There are 4 attractive color pages at the front of the 2-page preview for Volume 2. At the back, but no translation notes. Volume 2 is done in June, which is time to the animation version will be nearly over. All in all, Clueless First Friend deals with a difficult subject, bullying, in an indigenous yet sensitive way. Takada and Nishimura are realistically portrayed, it is difficult not to emphasize with them. It's good to find under those rare titles that judge suitable for all ages. This will make an excellent addition to a primary or elementary school library. Ready for free preview at the publisher's site here. 8 out of 10.